Hi guys, my name's Amanda. I'm a cruise ship employment specialist. I worked on board cruise ships for 10 years and then went to employment and recruitment services, hiring for major lines around the world. And now I operate my own company called getalifeatsea.com, where I help people get paid to travel the world. And today we're going to be talking about how you get paid as a crew member when working on board a cruise ship. So number one, really with regards to the history of working on board cruise ships, primarily up until pretty recently, I would say the last 5 to 8 years, cruise lines paid their crew in cash, primarily USD dollars. However, if you do work for a cruise line based in another country, for example, P&O Australia, you may be paid in that currency, in Australian dollars, for example. But primarily, you're for the most part going to get paid, or we're paid in American USD dollars, just cash in hand. And so some cruise lines still operate this way. And so what you will do is every cruise line pretty much operates in the way that every crew member is paid at the end of each month. And what you would do, so most contracts are about 6 months in duration. Once you were paid, often crew members would store their cash in the crew office safe. So that was one way they would store it. Or what you could do is send it home via wire transfer, or what I would often do, because I started on cruise ships in 2000, is I would go off the ship and find, say, a money order place and actually get a money order with that month's salary and send it home to someone I trusted, which was my mom. So that's how I did it. So if this is still the case with a cruise line that you're potentially working with, those are kind of the three ways that people get paid and how they deal with their cash that they're getting. And just so you know, as well as a reminder, this is tax-free money with the exception of American crew. So if you're working for an American line, you are going to be taxed on your earnings, whereas every other nationality will be getting tax-free earnings. So just so you are aware of that. So number two, and this is the way most cruise lines are going now, is using a crew cash card to deposit your wages at the end of each month. So for example, Princess in like 2008, 2007, I think, moved to this cash card system where they joined forces with an American bank and basically got like sort of an Interact card in essence for crew members. And at each month, at the end of each month, your money is put onto that card and you can use that card at any onboard Interact machine or ashore. So that's really easy. It's been great for the crew offices because, you know, dealing with all that cash in the past was kind of a nightmare and took many, many days to get everyone paid. Whereas now the cruise lines that are using this sort of digital like Interact card system, it's so much quicker, it's so much easier. And it's also, I think, easier for the crew members as well because you can actually transfer money digitally to like your own bank and things like that. And then number three is sort of more of a final tip. So the two ways to get paid, either cash or through Crew Interact card, depending on the line that you work with. Tip number three is you will only be paid at the end of each month, as I've already said. So what I definitely recommend as a crew member when you're first joining is to bring at least 200 to 300 USD with you when you first join the ship, because you may want to pay for some extras during that first month until you actually get paid. And those are things like phone cards, internet cards, maybe some crew bar drinks or something like that, meals ashore. So definitely bring at least 200 to 300 USD with you just to kind of cover some of the incidentals while you're actually waiting to get paid at the end of your first month. So I hope you've found this information useful. If you want more information, definitely check out my site at getalifeatsea.com. And if you haven't already, definitely take my Are You Ready for a Life at Sea quiz. It's totally free. And you can go to getalifeatsea.com and check out my other platforms as well. I've got awesome employment tip videos on my YouTube channel, as well as live broadcast feeds from Facebook Live. You can go to the Get a Life at Sea Facebook page. And I'm also on Twitter, Instagram, Google+, LinkedIn, everywhere just under Get a Life at Sea. So thanks so much for joining, and we'll see you next time.